Yo, what's up, peeps? It's the No Level Cap crew bringing you another live reacts. This time we checking out the Final Fantasy VII State of Play. We're a little late, you know. I know it started at like 5:30, so we decided to wait a little while and check it out together. But let's get a quick check-in first. What's good, Keen?
Hey, what's going on? Came off a decent day of work, and I have been itching, and I mean itching to get at this trailer. And I restrained myself for tonight because, you know, people who know me, Final Fantasy VII is one of my favorite games of all time. I'm super excited about Rebirth. I loved Remake, so I'm just ready to get in. We can go. I'm ready to go. I'm 10 toes down. 3-point stands.
Well, let's go. What about you, Devin? What's good, man?
Pretty much the same as Rakeem, man. Y'all, if y'all watch the podcast, y'all know I'm a diehard FF7 fan. So I'm just rooting I'm just gritting my teeth to see, you know, more stuff about this game. And the demo is out, so, you know, me and Keem about to, you know, go into that 20 toes down. You know, so I ain't gonna say too much myself, man. I just want to see what's going on tonight. Just stay to play, man.
All right, man. Well, let's not waste no more time then. Let's get into
it. Tim said, y'all may not come when Sony wants you, but for the audience, you're still on time.
What happened to this place?
It was Sephiroth.
He wants to finish what he started.
I don't know what's going to talk about, but we appreciate you,
We have to help them.
You coming?
Way ahead of you.
Let's get to work.
Oh,
I will reclaim our world.
皆さんこんにちは。スクエアエニックスの北瀬義則です。私がシリーズプロデューサーを務めるファイナルファンタジー7の最新作ファイナルファンタジー7リバースがついに2月29日に発売いたします。本作のストーリーは主人公クラウドとその仲間たちが宿敵であるセフィロスを追いかけ、魔法都市ニットガルの外にある広大な世界へと足を踏み出すところから物語が始まります。今回のステートプレイではこのゲームの魅力を凝縮した最新のトレーラーをはじめ特別なゲーム紹介映像をご用意しています。また重要なお知らせがありますので、ぜひ番組の最後までお付き合いください。それではどうぞ。
That demo announcement got spoiled long before this game.
oh yeah.
Cloud,
Bye, Sony.
bring me the black
Yeah.
materia.
The beginning of the end. The celebration of the faithful. A watershed moment for all mankind.
Hey kids, sorry we're late.
Fuck, y'all back again.
I mean, you fight a lot in the original game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Multiple times. Yeah.
I ain't like y'all the first one.
The shades.
All right, that was cold as fuck.
Double team text was nice touch. Oh,
this
Who wants to
goofball.
be the first lucky lady?
Don Corneo.
Boss, your guests are here. At long last, the knave returns.
Really?
I refuse to be
There you go.
upstaged a second
That boy
time,
Roche.
my friend.
I am so glad that they're doing what I was hoping they would do with him. Just like make him a rival.
Very good. Fill your hollow heart with rage.
All right. Zach, huh?
I'm back now, Aerith. I'm back.
I'm dead, Zach. I'm dead.
We ask that you
hope
retrieve
not.
it. The black
Dark Souls
materia, key to our oblivion. Please. It alone can liberate us from
Who is
this
that?
endless dream.
The ancients?
Passing through. You.
Tifa!
Who the heck is that?
Whew.
This is
Hey,
like people
guys.
from their
You're getting some
hometown.
sun too, huh?
Oh
I know what he
yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, Red, how do we look?
Huh?
It's gotta be what, Costa del Sol?
You should
Yeah.
get yourself a reading.
It's gotta be hiding some ginormous materia. Woohoo!
And the soundtrack.
Remember, this is the song they debuted at Game Awards.
pull this thing over right now.
You said that Sephiroth is your
I actually know
foe.
where they are in that area.
Hey.
You wouldn't believe what he can do.
Are you serious? More? Hey.
Oh, they are
Hey.
having-
Okay, man.
Oh, they brought that
Hey.
back. Oh,
The tracks?
Yeah. That's probably gonna be more involved this time.
Wait, don't misunderstand. You'll need a way home. So when you're ready, I'll be here.
An emissary from Wutai is here.
The boy
Sent by
sing.
Viceroy Saru.
With all this goddamn blood
Uh
on
oh.
my hands,
Uh oh.
how could I ever hold my daughter again?
Those we hate, those we love, those we fear. Genova would become anyone to fool her prey.
Don't do this!
But I'm no fool.
Sephiroth! Hey!
No,
Nah.
not you.
Here, take it. This isn't about me, though. It's about saving the world. And you.
The reunion. When spite and sorrow are harvested to feed the planet.
Wait a minute.
Ain't
That's
that
like the end of the game.
That's what I'm saying.
I got a question. A live question.
So now that raises a question. Let's see if they answer it before we.
皆さんこんにちは、ファイナルファンタジー
probably
7
won't.
リバースディレクターの浜口直樹です。トレーラーはいかがでしたでしょうか。ここからは本作がど
This question
のようなゲームなのか
Would it
私から皆様にご紹介していきたいと思
You
い
are
ま
not
す。
wrong. Question is like, what if the third game is all new?
That's what I just thought about.
Yeah.
Cause I mean that's
Because the third disc was very short anyway.
It was not very long.
It was basically
Yeah.
just wrapped it up.
And I mean, like, I looked, what I saw just then was final boss there. So
That's what it looked like.
man, this looks.
I'm waiting, Cloud.
I'm not supposed to be here.
In Final Fantasy VII Remake,
I am.
Cloud and his companions triumph over
Hey,
destiny.
you need more material on that sword.
Leaving the city of
Sure do.
Midgar behind,
I mean, it's the
they
first sword
step
to get.
out
Only got 2
into an
slots.
unfamiliar
You need to
wilderness.
get another slot. I mean, you need to get another sword.
It is
I mean,
here
plenty-
that
you
Final
got plenty left,
Fantasy
gang.
VII Rebirth begins.
A vast world.
The stage upon which this ragtag band story unfolds is both vast and varied. The world is made up of
Holy crap.
multiple regions, all seamlessly
Bruh.
interconnected. The Grasslands. Located due south of Midgard, this is where Cloud and the gang resume their adventure.
Wow.
The Junon region, where a metropolis by the same name overlooks the ocean, a symbol of Shinra's military might. The Karel region. The resort town of Costa del Sol adorns its northern
This
shore,
segue is killing me.
while the Gold Saucer stands as a gilded oasis above the Dust Bowl far to the south.
This game
Hey,
was
Cat's over there getting it, boy. He like, yeah, I'm
The
free
Gendaga
lane.
region. Pay tribute to Zack by exploring his
and it
hometown.
really is like
Or visit
inspiring
what
that
remains
feel
of the
like an
local
old-school
Mako
PS1
reactor.
JRPG.
The Cosmo Canyon region. Become one with the
Bruh.
planet
They
as you
may be-
Oh, they
return to
fly
the
for real?
13's roots.
Bruh.
The Nebel region.
Actually,
Take a trip down memory lane with Cloud and
this
Tifa.
cool. The
Or
Chocobo
stop by
is
Shinra
cool,
Manor, where Vincent rests in peace.
But I don't want Chocobo.
What the
You know what I want?
Your adventure
I want
will
the
even
high wind.
extend to the high
You
seas.
gotta add highway. That's true.
Let's go.
We had a lot of vehicles in that game.
There's
looking
more
back
to
at it.
do than simply
did.
walk around, however.
Yeah.
That is
First,
fucking
let's look at world intel. Assisting Chadley with his research will deepen his understanding of the world,
Dang, so they gonna
allowing him
expand
to
on
develop
this like
new materia.
in like to the umpteenth degree.
This research takes many forms, such as wrangling chocobos or playing with the Mooglets at their mog stools. You may
Oh, so
also
they just
come
made that a
across
part of the game?
sanctuaries brimming with knowledge of divine entities,
Oh, the Alexander.
or lairs
Alexander,
inhabited
right?
by fearsome, unique foes.
Yeah.
Oh, they got dungeons?
Chadley will also enlist your help in researching mysterious artifacts known as proto-relics.
What?
Each investigation is its own side.
Oh, this is the
featuring
Condor.
a colorful cast of characters.
Yeah, it's the Condor game.
Exciting new mini-games and ferocious creatures. Are you up for the challenge?
They really put it
Once
out.
you recover
freaking
all
Wally?
the proto-relics
Good.
scattered throughout the world,
The type.
there's
you
no
talking-
telling
are you
what
talking
new
to type?
developments might be in store.
Gotta be.
Next,
they
let's
got to
talk
say?
about odd jobs. These quests offer a deep dive into the regions of the world
You're
and the
not supposed
crazy
to be
characters who
here.
inhabit them.
Oh, that's like
As a
FF7.
merc, Cloud will accept work from people he meets in his travels and team up
just
with his
flip 'em off?
pals to solve
Speaking of,
their
I wonder
troubles.
I wonder when we see the remake.
By helping those in need, he will
Oh,
also
now.
strengthen
Good
the
question.
bonds between him and his comrades.
I can see that next year.
Wow.
I can see
Each
that.
one of these odd jobs boasts a unique side story. Some, like Johnny's questline, borrow aspects from the original
Man, they made Johnny
FF7.
I was gonna say, so they
important
just-
Others highlight content
He was such a minor character in the
exclusive to
original game.
Rebirth.
Yeah.
You'll find
Like a
all
super minor
sorts
character.
of jobs the world over. And don't worry if you leave some for later. Story progression won't affect your side hustle.
She playing
You can
with the
always
orchestra.
go back to tie up loose ends. And this freedom to experience the story how you want is one of Rebirth's greatest
Oh, yeah.
strengths.
That's a lot.
That's gonna be a
While
selling
some
point right
mini games are tied to world intel and
Gold
odd
saucer.
jobs,
Yeah.
Yes,
many are
sir.
not. For example, popular ones from the Gold Saucer, such as
Oh,
3D
yeah.
Brawler, G-Bike,
Chocobo
and
Racing.
Chocobo Racing.
Hold on, now that's
Final
new.
Fantasy VII Rebirth 2.
Soccer.
That's also new.
That's definitely new. I ain't never
Others
seen that before.
improve upon their remake versions, while still more are
Kinda box
completely
destruction.
new to Rebirth.
They had that in the first game. I guess they're doing Kingdom Hearts
We've
style.
even fleshed out
Freaking
some of
wave
the mini
race.
games that were featured as part of the original Final Fantasy VII's
Well, you
main
gotta have this
scenario.
part, yeah. The military parade.
Oh, so they're doing this like
Though
the
this one is not in the
dancing
original,
segment.
I highly suggest you check out the card
What
game, Queen's
Let's
Blood.
go.
Oh,
No matter
actually, he
where
did
you
Yeah,
get
remember he
one
was
suit,
in
didn't
a
he?
suit. Yeah, and they were all like in on their boat.
Enjoy
Card
collecting all the
games.
cards and building your own unique
For no
decks.
reason. Yeah.
Bruh.
He's planning to use the black materia, but I won't let that happen. He has to be stopped by a Cetra. And I'm the last.
While mini games and map exploration are a big part of Rebirth's charm, there's more to it than just that.
What are weapons at?
Rebirth provides a cinematic experience
get some
with
combat.
even higher quality content and more of it.
But there were a lot of
than
weapons in the
remake.
last game. They all had like their own skill
This
tree.
installment
All
follows
the-
Cloud
all
and
the
company
weapons.
after
Yes.
they escape Midway,
Oh, yeah,
up
yeah,
through
yeah,
to their
yeah.
arrival at the Forgotten
I
Capital.
just seen the underwater thing and I just immediately thought of Emerald weapon.
We've taken
my God.
painstaking care to depict how the group
That's gonna
bonds
be
during their
ridiculous.
journey.
They show that. That's gonna be.
One that ultimately decides Aerith's fate.
Man, Aerith is going off in the song.
Once you finish Rebirth, I'm sure you'll agree that no other game makes you feel quite this close to
I
its
think she
character.
Yuna.
Not even him.
As for the graphics,
I mean, we know y'all showed out
Rebirth
on the
makes
graphics.
full use of the PlayStation
Oh,
5
yeah,
and
that
its
fight.
SSD. Meaning we
Throw
can
a Phoenix
use
down
much
on it.
higher
Boss fight Cosmo
resolution
Canyon,
assets
right?
than
Yeah.
we could in Remake. And they will still load in the blink of an eye.
Oh my gosh,
God.
bro. It's too much, man. It's too
Maintain a
much.
60 FPS frame rate with performance mode.
Yo, what's good, Terrence? He said, I hope they have Red 13 doing that same
Or
goofy dance in the
prioritize
soldier suit.
4K resolution.
Oh, they
Yeah,
got
like,
to.
He's
Graphics
kicking
mode.
his legs.
Whichever you prefer. Rebirth has you covered. Each character interacts with the world in their own way.
Oh, you can
Barrett
choose
shoots
now.
objects. Yuffie swings across gaps. Tifa has her grappling gun.
When the fuck she get? All right.
Red can climb
I
along
think she
walls.
did have a no father game or something.
Kate
like that?
Sith grabs and throws items. And Aerith manipulates the
Oh,
light
so they
stream.
actually doing interactive dungeon stuff this time around. That's actually
Whatever
pretty cool.
challenges you face, your teammates will be ready to help you overcome them. Now for the music. We wanted to pay respect to the original
Man,
FF7's
look
track.
at this. What the Bro.
but also challenge ourselves by matching the feeling of each scene, which resulted in some truly
Got a nice
innovative
flashback
arrangements.
right there.
Like, for example, the following.
That's just what the song sounds like. Dun. Oh,
Yeah.
How was that? If you enjoyed what you heard, we recorded well over 400 new tracks for this game, so there's plenty more where that came from.
Thank you for choosing Bronco Cruises. We sincerely hope you enjoyed your trip with us.
Now get
Your
out.
party's bonds aren't just reflected in the story, but through gameplay as well.
Hey,
I hope Steve got that same
The choices you
dumb
make
run he
throughout
always
your
had.
adventure will change the way your comrades feel towards Cloud.
Yeah. At least I made that promise to you.
These feelings affect who will join you on a date in a gold saucer. Something I'm sure many of you are excited about.
Oh, yeah, that was the scene, the gold sauce.
In fact, even allies who weren't available in the original
Carousel.
FF7 can now accompany you, provided you play your cards right.
Gee,
The
bye.
saucer is packed with many incredible sights to see
crazy
and
is I
things to
didn't-
do.
I don't have as fond
So
of
your outing
memories
there will no
of
doubt be a
FF7, and
highlight
yet
of
it's
the
still
game.
tugging on all the memories I do have. This shit is doing its job.
Already have someone who you'd like to go with?
You first.
Cloud?
Go do a beard
Well,
like I did that
I
one.
was
That,
gonna
one
say,
feel
man,
the
why
same
ain't
way
you never
too.
buried?
that was hilarious.
Yeah, man, FF7 dating sim, man. Let's
Your
go.
companions will share a bond not only with Cloud, but with each other as well. Your party level, a numerical expression of this bond, will increase as you overcome challenges.
I'm going to accompany you.
The higher this level, the more skills will become available in your character's folios, a mechanic new to Rebirth.
Wait, what?
By unlocking the skills etched in these tomes, your characters will grow stronger
Oh, this
and
is like
learn
the
new
weapon level
synergy
thing.
commands.
Oh yeah, this is like the team type stuff.
For the teamwork
Part
stuff.
of what makes Rebirth's combat
Okay.
so fun is all the different character combinations. Switch up your team to fit the situation, or even your mood. Every
This is what I thought
possible
the
party
evolution of a Chrono
combination
Trigger
has
game
its
would look like
own
in modern day.
unique synergy commands.
Like combat wise.
So once you
They
find
should
characters that
definitely
work for
remake
you, focus on tweaking their skills to match your combat needs. And don't be afraid to experiment. You can reset your folios at any time.
Smart. The ability to just like respec.
With new characters and synergy commands at your disposal, Remake's satisfying hybrid of action combat
shown,
and strategic planning has been made even more
Have they
dynamic
shown
and
Solus?
engaging.
I don't
We
think
can't
so.
wait for you to experience all
Oh,
this
Midgard
and
told
more
him like the
in
snake.
Final
Yeah, they
Fantasy
showed a
VII
little
bit of
Rebirth
it in the
trailer.
on PlayStation
Okay.
5.
I mean, he's literally like at the beginning of the
本
game.
作のクリエイティブディレクターの
Assuming
野
he's
村哲也
gonna
で
be
す
kinda
いかがだったでしょうか広大な世界で描かれるクラウドたちの物語にどうぞご期待ください最後になりましたが皆様に重要なお知らせがあります
Everybody knew what this was.
本日よりファイナルファンタジー7リバースを先行してプレイしていただける体験版を配信いたします、この体験版では物語の重要なポイントとなるニブルヘイム事件が収録されておりクラウドやセフィロスを操作することができます。さらに今回の体験版では発売までの間にアップデートが入りジュノンエリアの一部を探索できる追加デモが開放されます。本作の特徴である自由度の高いエリア探索を体験してください。詳細な情報は公式サイトや SNS をご確認ください。ぜひこの豪華な体験版をお楽しみいただきつつ本作の発売をお待ちください。
In gorgeous 4K. Yeah, there you go.
I don't care. Nothing about no adaptive triggers. Knock it off. care about that either. Check it out.
Is that Neo behind it?
Maybe.
It's got like 3 versions in this game.
Yeah, it did have 3 different versions. Each one's Giga Flare was like even crazier than the last one.
Yeah, until it was like I'm flying out into space and hitting you with a Kamehameha wave from space.
That's why he was my favorite summon. That's why he was my favorite summon.
My favorite was Knights Around, but my second favorite was Bob and Zero.
Man, I know it might not be in this disc, probably disc 3. I mean the part 3. Nice around from the hard. Like
that should be it. I mean, like, if what we saw in this is accurate, all the summons should be in this.
Maybe.
So
because they didn't show Hades.
I need it. I need it right now. I need it.
As Terrence just said in the chat, this game is going to sell millions and millions and millions.
I mean, it certainly deserves to.
I need
Actually, Keem, and Terrence and Devin, does this outsell Final Fantasy 16?
Yes.
That's a good question.
I say yes.
I would say yes, but I never know with gaming, man. Things might change. But this has
yes.
Everything people complained about that 16 didn't have, this has.
Yes.
Like more RPG mechanics, a sprawling world with deep stuff in it. You play with multiple characters, real customization. I mean,
yeah.
If you didn't like 16, this pretty
actual
much got
builds
everything.
And whatnot.
Actually builds and tag team moves and I see it.
Yeah.
Personally.
In my opinion,
as soon as we leave, I'm going straight to my PlayStation download.
I figured that, and I don't blame you. What were you gonna say, Dylan?
He was in the original FF7.
I don't think he was. He was in 8, but I don't remember him in this one.
Actually, a lot of stuff in the middle right there was new. I think they did it on purpose.
Yeah.
Terrence said he thinks it will too.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think this is going to outsell FF16 just off of the OG fans alone. Just seeing how well done and crafted this remake, because the biggest thing people's concerns were about the remake, how are they gonna do this? How are they gonna do that? Is this gonna translate well? And they have proven that they are doing, like, this is, it's crazy. I think it was Max or somebody, they said, like, we're seeing the game how we saw it back then. Like, when a new era comes around, it's like you see it, it's like this. I've never seen graphics like this. So this is in my mind how I experienced the game, but we're seeing it like this, like, tangibly. And FF7 Rebirth also an action RPG, so it'll get the people that like the action of FF16, but it also gets the people that like JRPGs. And it just there's like undeniably more content here, like in terms of what they give you from what they're showing us. Man,
outfit still ridiculous. All these years.
I'm about 50 of them, Terrence. 50 of them minimum, man. I ain't got a PlayStation 5 yet.
Yeah, that's my real problem here. I don't have a PlayStation 5, so I guess I'll just have to wait it out. I don't know. I think it said that the exclusivity was like 6 months or something like that. So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe they do like an
if it sells like hotcakes, they'll get that port out real fast.
I mean, they tried to get the port out for PC. Yeah, this is unrelated-ish, but Square was talking about how they had like some disappointing sales, and like what they were planning on doing to change like how they handle things going forward. And it was like, I mean, that's cool, but like one thing that you could do is just put simultaneous releases on everything instead of this other bullshit of like, oh, it comes to this platform first, and then 6 months to a year later it comes to this platform, and then 2 years after everybody stopped giving a fuck it comes to Xbox. Like, that's gotta stop.
Well, if rumors are true, look like it might come to fruition.
About to be on everything.
But yeah, I mean, like, one of the things that I do want to circle back around to is like, there is a lot in this trailer. Yeah. Like a lot story-wise. Like you got Vincent, you got Sid, like you got all these characters, like pretty much the whole cast will be in the game at this point. And like, if you look at the last little bit, here we go, that looks like the end of the game.
Yeah.
So
I am very interested in seeing how they change that up. Yes.
So
that
the
could be a
question
vision
is-
though. It could be something.
Yeah,
like
that's
that, maybe.
okay. So that's where I'm going. Like, is this a vision, or is this like, are they gonna do like a different way of like approaching this, or is it like, I don't know, like, or is it just gonna be, hey man, this is the rest of Final Fantasy VII, and then when you get the third game, it's like a completely different thing, and it's like, okay, because like clearly, this isn't just a remake. It's never been just a remake. It's always been as much a sequel as it is a remake. And so like, are they implying like, oh, okay, here's where you change time and change history, and this is what happens going forward? What do y'all think?
I think that's a plausible thing. The one wild card in all this is we don't know what the hell they're gonna do with Zack.
Yeah.
Well,
they
more
kept
than one
that
wild card.
they kept that under wraps even in this trailer. They keeping that super under wraps. That's got to be like a really big part of this game. That's the missing piece. So I'm very excited to see like what are they gonna do with like the alternate timeline thing that seems to be going on with this. Is Zack gonna be playable on his own and have his own adventure that we don't even know about along this?
That'd be wild.
Yeah. So that could be a cool side bar as well. But other than that, I'd see that as plausible. That'd be actually kind of interesting to have the third game be a different experience, and maybe that's the one where we see more of the weapons and more of an in-game, big, super crazy Xenogears-esque shit. Xenoblade-esque shit. But you know, I'm down for it. Everything I saw in this trailer was enough for a full game.
Yes.
Nothing about this felt like they put their foot in this. The most miraculous part about this, they got this out in 4 years.
Yes,
That's the miraculous part.
I'm sure there's some assets they're reusing here and there, but by and large, you're creating an entirely new game from scratch, from the ground up. And this is a vast world. Like, this world looks big as fuck.
It does. And they didn't, and like, I was like, okay, I was wondering like how the side got it. Like, no, we got a lot of side content with original stuff. We put the old minigame, we put more on top of it. Like,
card games,
Devin, I got a question for you.
What's up?
We killing Aerith?
I mean, it looked like she was. It looked like Zack was holding. It looked like she was dead then. Because I was gonna mention that they didn't. Now, what makes me think that there could be a vision? They haven't shown like the City of the Ancients. They haven't shown Yuffie's area where she stays at. They haven't shown Wutai. That's there. They haven't shown another area.
Did I miss it?
They might have, but I didn't. I might not have.
They showed the City of the Ancients because you saw it in the middle. It was like forming. It was like hidden, and it was like uncovering itself.
Okay.
That was City of the Ancients.
But they hadn't shown like. Well, I guess I'm thinking like they haven't shown like in-depth scenes. Like they haven't shown like Sephiroth in the mansion, like reading the book, stuff like that. Key moments. They haven't shown them at the Mako reactor back when Tifa was younger. Right. So stuff like that. And again, that could be, all that stuff is subject to change because I mean they've already changed the story a bit, how things work. I mean this, I'm just blown away, man. Like I can't, like Sage mentioned, like the weapons, like I might not be ready for that. For them to like how this game is looking, and they bring Ultimate Weapon, Ruby, Emerald, like that's just gonna be like the scene where Rufus got that big old cannon and he shoots it at the weapon, and the weapon's like, oh, I got something for you. I got something for you. Like if they do that to show that in this, man, this could possibly be my favorite game of all time. Like of all time.
I mean, you already
I know
played the hell out of 7. How many times you beat 7?
I think I went through this one like 2 times, but I think I had like 150 hours in it because I did a lot of boss rush mode stuff.
Oh, you talking about remake?
Yeah,
talking about remake specifically.
Oh yeah, remake, yeah. I played the original quite a few times too. But this man, then them showing the freaking Condor mini game like with the, I'm like, this is just, man, like this right here is gonna make up Ever Crisis. Ever Crisis was a slap in the face last year. I just, it's like y'all have the capacity to do things right, but it's like every time you do something mobile, it's got to be something weird, and I just make this. All you had to do was take those graphics and just make the game the original. This mission-based nonsense.
I mean, that was of course built for mobile and the profit off of mobile, so of course it ran into some issues. This clearly like though is like, this feels, and I know there's some detractors, but like the amount of love put into this remake is insane. Like, it's just really capturing every single moment. Like, there's stuff that I had forgotten. Some of the music cues that they hit, I was like, fuck, I forgot that I even liked that song that much until it played. Like, when they were in the city of Calm, I was like, wow, that's a flashback that I didn't even like. You unlocked a memory I had long forgotten. So, like, congratulations, guys.
I mean, but I think this, you couldn't even attempt to do this if you didn't handle it with that type of care. Like, if you were just going to make this like some just run-of-the-mill remake, well, you know, people love the game, they'll buy it. This would have fell flat on its face. You had to do this like this. There was no way it was going to succeed otherwise.
That's a good point. I think a lot of us as fans had trepidation coming into the remake series, and a lot of fans were kind of iffy about the ending of the first game because it you know, was so different from the other one. But that opened the door for them to do this cross-world story thing they're kind of trying to tell. And for the most part, the majority of the story stuff is still faithful to the original vision. So I personally don't mind that. And I feel like when you do a complete remake like this, it's kind of fun to add some things to it, a few little things, tweaks here and there, and try some new things because you're in a new era and you have the capability of doing that.
The bottom line is, when it comes to remakes, like, there's always going to be some people who are like, oh, well, it's not exactly how I remember it. And to them, I say, as long as there's, like, I do think there should always be a port so that you can always play it on modern, you know, platforms. But if you have a problem, like, ultimately, like, the original is there for you. And so, like, I'm not mad when they do these remakes and then they, like, update them in certain ways. As long as they keep all the big emotional beats, which this game definitely seems to be doing. Definitely the last game did a lot of that too. As long as they keep the emotional beats, I'm all right with the director's cut. I mean, me and Keem, and this is unrelated but related, me and Keem was talking about Trails the other day, and, like, quite frankly, Cold Steel could use a director's cut. You could shorten some shit out of that a lot. You cut that game down considerably, and it would be a better game if you updated the graphics and then, like, cut down and made some of the changes. And me and him was talking about you could make a better game. And, like, this right here, they've made some changes, they've made some additions, and it looks to be a great game. I'm not gonna necessarily say it's better than the original, but it's certainly worth any fan's time to play it.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm gonna play it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna play it real good.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Getting played tonight.
Anybody got any final thoughts they want to get out?
I just want to say that, like, it's amazing we kind of live in a time where the games that made us and molded us and we had these memories of can be recreated faithfully. And it's a testament to having developers who not only played the original games, respected those games, and put the time in to remember what made those games so special before they tweaked those things. You can't, you know, you said this before, Sage, about like how like comedy wrestlers, for instance, like in wrestling has a set of rules of how it works usually, but comedy wrestlers are masters of the rules, and then they know how to break the rules to work the comedy in and work the crowd. Similar to this, they understood the rule book. They understood the FF7 rules. Like, they really studied this. You can tell there was a mammoth amount of time put into every minute detail of this game. And they studied it, and they knew where, like, they needed to be faithful and where they could stretch a little bit and try new things. And I think it's gonna come into a really solid package, and I'm looking forward to it. I am looking really forward to it.
I was gonna say, man, this is the one game that I can legit say I can't believe I'm actually alive to see this happen. Like, this for me is like unprecedented. Like, of all the games I've played in my 33 years of living, this is the one game that I was like, man, I hope this gets redone again someday. You know, when PS2 came around, I was like, maybe we'll get on there. PS3 came around, they gave us that tech demo and just teased the heck out of us, and it's like,
I think that's when it really started.
Yeah,
everybody was like, wait, can we get this?
And it was like psych, Final Fantasy 13, anybody? So to see this, like, I mean, there's been some missteps with, like, previous, like, the last few generations of Final Fantasies. Sometimes you just gotta have a game like this to kind of go back to, like, the roots of what it was. Of course, it's not like turn-based like the old game, you know. And I think it's good because this is what gets newer people into the game, because, you know, a lot of people still to this day, oh man, turn-based, why they standing still? Why they taking turns? Like, you know, people just don't like that. So this is like of RPGs that I played, to me, this is almost like the perfect blend of the tactical and action-oriented real-time combat. And I still feel like they should have just used this combat system in FF16 because I felt like it was already action-oriented enough. But yeah, this is, I cannot wait, man. I'm sure like this is without a doubt a game of the year contender. It's already February. I know it's early, but there's not a doubt in my mind that this is not going to be on that list. So,
no, you're right. Like I don't see, like you can look at what's already been announced, and like there aren't going to be that many surprises coming this late in the game that are going to compete with this game. So like, already early on, we're looking at a early game of the year contender. It would not shock me if this was game of the year.
This could
unless
be
like the only thing I can see competing is that could be a problem. But I'd be surprised if even that got in the way.
Well, they should have learned from the last lesson. They should have probably already got them lessons learned. Because they had it the first year. Hopefully.
The only thing I can see competing is like if the Switch 2 comes out, and you get like a new Mario game, like a new 3D Mario or something like that. But other than that, like I don't see anything even coming close to like competing with what this game is doing, both graphically in terms of like the story, the world design and whatnot. We'll have to see about how they handle side quests, because I mean, like notoriously they've been pretty weak, both in Final Fantasy VII Remake and then from what I understand, 16 side quests aren't that great either. So
only a few of them are really
stand out, right?
Told. The problem with 16 side quests, to me personally, it's just an aside, was the timing. Like you'd have a story beat, and then they'd have a whole bunch of side quests, and then you do them in another story beat, and then like early in the game was fine. You only got like 2 or 3 side quests. But later in the game, you had like 6, 7 side quests, and it destroyed the flow of the game because the game is so linear. That stuff doesn't work as well when your game is very straightforward. You know, when you just drop a whole bunch of side quests, it kind of distracts you from the narrative. That was the main issue with their side quests.
Fair enough.
Terrence said 93 on OpenCritic.
You know what? That's actually the real question. Does it cross that 90 barrier? And my answer is I certainly hope so, because like I'd be pretty bummed out if it was like, you know, another 88 or something like that, or 89. Like that's usually the barrier that Final Fantasy or really JRPGs in general have struggles to get over, is that 90. Like they usually get stuck at that 89. So I hope that it hits 91 to 93. Like that'd be awesome.
I mean, we've already got 2 that have hit 90 already this year. 90. If this don't hit 90 plus, because when Persona got 90, right, and Yakuza,
Persona got 90 and Infinite Wealth both got 90.
So
they both got.
If this don't get it, if this the one to not get it, because this like those games are fire. But this looking like some dadgum lava over here, man.
I mean, you're right.
It's like this, the floor is lava right here, you know.
I'm excited to play this, and I didn't even grow up really like loving Final Fantasy VII the way y'all did. But like every time I see it, I'm like, man, this just looks fantastic. So,
man,
hey,
this is pretty cool.
Other JRPG developers, Legend of Dragoon.
That's Sony.
You looking for
that's literally Sony, so
you got a better chance of Jack Foe than you got a Legend of Dragoon,
probably.
And I mean, like,
sad because that game didn't even sell bad when it came out.
Yeah, but it didn't make up the cost because they was trying to compete with Final Fantasy VIII.
Right, they spent it all on that game. I forgot about that.
So.
Legend of Legaia.
I don't even know who made that.
I forgot who made it. And I played both.
J-Fresh, I think. Something weird looking logo.
All right, guys, that was our stream. What'd you think? That was our reaction to the Sony State of Play. What'd you think? Let us know in the comments. Like and subscribe. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
Ooh, I like that move.
Yeah, I do too, man.